Welcome to Brainstorm MTG. I'm ELD, and this is Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. We've got some vintage here for you today, a ELD Vintage Open. I am actually on camera this time playing Pitch Dredge versus Dave on what he is calling Narset Parade. 4 Narsets to take advantage of the inexpensive Planeswalker to draw extra cards and to prevent your opponent from drawing cards. Fortunately, Pitch Dredge is going to have a little way around that using Bazaar of Baghdad. Going to replace the draws with dredges. That Narset really not going to be effective at all. Force of Will with a Narcomoeba, an easy card to pitch there, and double Bazaar Baghdad means that this thing could be over very fast. If you've played Dredge in other formats, you are in for a real treat. This is kind of the pinnacle of what Dredge decks can look like, leveraging Bazaar of Baghdad. There's not a clear consensus on the best way to build Dredge right now, but these manaless builds incredibly potent. Force of Will on that proxy card. Now Bazaar of Baghdad being activated. Going to discard 3 cards. Icarid amongst them that will be able to come back next turn. Prized Amalgam. I didn't see if there was a Dredger in there. We'll find out during the upkeep, I believe. Preordain gets Mental Misstepped. During the upkeep, so no dredgers yet. Draw 2, discard 3, returning Icarid, pitching Prized Amalgam. And now draw step, hitting that first Grave Troll. 6 cards, this other Bazaar going to be explosive. Dredge number 1 is a Grave Troll for 6 cards. Hitting a Narcomoeba. Stinkweed finds another Prized Amalgam. So we're going to have some creatures entering the battlefield right now. Also, during the end step. 3 damage coming in. Ball Therapy generating just 1 zombie right now. And at this point on turn 2, Pitch Dredge completely hellbent, but with 2 Bazaar of Baghdad's in play. We see Time Walk, Ponder, Treasure Cruise, and that second Cabal Therapy gonna connect. Now a third therapy. Is that all 4 therapies? Oof, that is graphic. 2 Prized Amalgams coming in. And with Icarid, we're looking at a 2-turn clock. At best. Best case scenario for Dave is he's got 2 turns left to live, if left unchecked. Graveyard sprawling out. At this point, you start to question what ways you could possibly lose the game. Cards like Memory Jar or Wheel of Fortune, something that could make you draw 7 cards, plus your opponent's Ancestral. I mean, if you're guaranteed to win, you just don't want to put yourself in a situation where it's possible to lose. Already completely decimated his hand. Of course, you do not want to let up on the gas and give your opponent extra draw steps either, so it is a little bit of a balance. You don't need to play too conservatively. And it looks like this build is in fact running Dread Return for Kolgand, and Kolgand Dragonlord going to give all the creatures haste, adding on 6 damage himself, and everything turning sideways for the win. Dave able to take a look through the rest of the library. So this version of Dredge actually running Dread Return. This past month I ran a build without Dread Return thanks to the printing of Hogak. That guy just does a lot of work on his own. This build does have 4 copies of Force of Negation. So this is post-Modern Horizons, just took a little while to get even more cards in there. Hogak seems like an obvious addition, but figuring out exactly how to make them work wasn't entirely obvious. But man, he does a lot of work, along with Bridge from Below. So this build of Pitch Dredge has Force of Will, Force of Negation, and Mental Misstep. So 12 free counter spells along with those Cabal therapies. So 20 disruption cards. You've got your Bazaars and your Serum Powders to make sure that you actually get Bazaar Baghdad in every opening hand. The rest of the deck is creatures, dredgers, that is it. Pretty straightforward. Hollow One's main deck in this build. Currently got them relegated to the sideboard. Running Leyline of the Void over them. Both of these lists were from Stephen Mendian. Menendian? Smemen? Not actually sure how to say his name. A very vocal vintage player from way back in the day, still active in vintage. Very active on the Mana Drain message board. Great to see that he is still playing. He put up some good results with both of these lists. I picked up both of the lists and also did extremely well with them, so some good deck building on his end. Got a Serum Powder hand, perhaps. Dave deciding whether or not to keep. That's a powder on 7. Looks like this one is fine. Very difficult matchup here for Dave. He's going to need to likely rely heavily on his sideboard cards. Hopefully he has things like Grafdigger's Cage, Pithing Needle, Leyline of the Void, Sorcerer's Spyglass. There's no shortage of cards that can interact with Dredge. Just many of them are not good enough to run main deck. So very often game 1 Dredge will have a fairly easy time as the opponent's unable to hinder its plan, and often its clock is faster than whatever the opponent is attempting to do. In this new age of Planeswalkers, Icarid, Prized Amalgam, Narcomoeba, Zombie tokens, all of those can team up to take down the Planeswalkers pretty easily. So they represent more than just a clock. They represent board control and the ability to prevent your Planeswalkers from doing what they're supposed to be doing. Anything from the Fury, Narset, Dak Faden, Chase the Mind Sculptor, even Tezzeret on occasion. All of them very much vulnerable to the small army of creatures that Dredge can deliver. It looks like I might actually be away from the table at this point. I don't play on camera all that often. It does seem like when I do, there will be somebody walking in to the shop that requires a little bit of attention. So hopefully this gap not too long. See what we can do about editing it out. Videos are usually done in one take. So very often there'll be little flubs and errors here and there. Not looking to do the extensive editing that many YouTube channels have the luxury of doing. I'm trying to put out a video a day here along with running the shop, so we've got some rough edges. Hopefully that's okay with you guys. We're looking to improve the setup. Got a new overhead camera, new laptop dedicated specifically for the channel. Continually trying to refine the settings to improve the quality. Using OBS to make all of this happen. Any experts out there who want to lend some advice, I'd be happy to hear from you. Find ELD's Time Ball Games on Facebook and message us there, or email us in the description in the link. So, link in the description. All right, well, this has gone on for quite a while. I will probably have to edit this out. See if I can actually do that in YouTube after I upload it. I know you can trim from the beginnings and ends of the video on YouTube. Not sure if you can split the video and then trim the ends from there. We'll see. It'll be a learning experience, as most of this channel is. A lot of this is really just moving forward and learning from the mistakes, trying to get a little bit better at everything that goes. Do not recall this particular customer interaction, but it looks like it took a little while. All right, so Dave is drawing. We'll see. Maybe that's not too bad. Felt like a long time on this end. Was it a Bizarre Baghdad right at the front of the hand there for pitch dredge. Dave on the play. Putting 2 on the bottom. Leads out with a Tormod's Crypt and a Soul Ring, along with a Mox, and that gets Force of Vigored, the Soul Ring, and the Tormod's Crypt. What a gross way to begin this game. He did, in fact, have it, and Chalice of Void. Why not? Force a Negation on a Ponder. And at this point, Dredge just firmly in the driver's seat. A second Bazaar, so no Bazaaring during the upkeep, trying to keep a second Bazaar. And this is just coming out extremely fast. A couple of Cabal Therapies in there. Discarding 3, returning the Narcomoeba. And it looks like the remainder of the hand going to be able to be taken from Dave here. Cabal Therapy, putting in 2 zombie tokens. It's a paradoxical outcome. No mana to cast it, but gonna go ahead and sack a zombie to take it anyways. End step. Now that there's been no Tormod's Crypt style effects. I mean, Tormod specifically wouldn't work because of the Chalice of the Void, so I guess Grafdigger's Cage, any type of graveyard hate has been avoided, and now it's just on to the upkeep. Icarage triggered. Bizarre. And at this point, just hoping to get some prized amalgams into the bin to increase the clock. Or actually get the combo kill more likely if it's still left in post board. 5 damage. Snapcaster comes in, blocks a zombie token. That's going to get rid of some bridges. So an error here on the side of Pitch Dredge, but likely not going to be enough to really matter. The prized amalgam's coming in. Got some Icarids coming back. 13 damage, and it is a one-turn block situation. Red return for Bulgari Grave Troll, and that guy is massive. Dave's going to need a lot of different ways of stopping this, and that is not available. So Dredge taking this one down pretty quickly. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.